Who is here? Let me see you. So, ich spreche nicht Deutsch. Ich habe in Schule gelernt. Ich heiße John. Ich bin 13 Jahre alt. Wie komme ich am besten zum Bahnhof, bitte? Und das ist alles. Okay. So, I have to speak English. I think maybe in 2 years speaking English will be banned in the rest of Europe. It will be forbidden. I'm sorry about that. How's the mic? You okay? You want me to move it? Is it okay? You can hear it, everything's... Okay. Right. I don't even know what it's for. So I'm John, I'm from England. I play guitar and I sing and write songs and just do crazy things. I would like to begin the workshop. So everybody's silent in here except the two guys outside. There's no wall, we can hear you. So just shh. Yeah, you. Yeah, shh. Thanks. I think it's the bar guy. Anyway, so I would like to begin the workshop by playing a song. Because some of you maybe have never seen me or don't know what I do or who I am or why you are here. And so I'm going to play you a song and then I will talk to you about some of the techniques, the guitar playing that I use in that song. And then I'm going to have you ask me some questions because we don't have a really long time for the workshop. So I'm going to ask you to ask me some questions and we'll see. I'll let you people decide what we talk about because a lot of you will have questions. I know there's some people in the audience who have a question that they really, really want to ask. So it's very important that I do that. Okay. Now every song that I play is in a different tuning on the guitar. I tune every string differently for every song, which is really crazy. And maybe I will talk about that later. Yeah, so I'm going to play this song that I just actually played a little bit because it's in this tuning, so then I don't have to tune, okay? But it's not a good song to play because it's new, it's a new song, so maybe I will fuck it up. I'll try not to, I will do my best. So this song is about, it's about just life and nature and molecules and space and animals and people and everything. And it's called Universal Biology. Let's see what happens. I am the unchanging season, captured frozen in clay. You are a fossil of reason, rising cloudy and grey. You are gravity relay. You jokes off the shelf. I am the universe feeling, looking back at itself. This sound is a wave of particles vibrating. Universal biology. In unison, we breathe it in. Universal biology. This idea was the rhythm of a string resonating. Universal biology. In unison, we breathe it in. Universal biology. I am the fleeting expression of the faintest idea. I'm a flickering shadow. I am only just here. You are time everlasting. You are physical law. We are deities clashing in a frivolous war. This idea was the rhythm of a string resonating. Universal biology. In unison, we breathe it in. Universal biology. Yeah, Thank you. Thanks very much. Thanks. Okay. So, new song. It's too long, really, but I don't know. I think it's just how long it is. Sorry, you don't need to know that. So, there's many guitar techniques happening inside that song. Many, many, many techniques. So many. Wow. You will notice that I often am playing like the bass part and a melody and some drums and singing all at the same time. And quite often, while that is happening, my mind is distracted and I'm thinking about something else completely. I'm not even thinking about any of those things. And that's because I am doing it automatically. So the technique is automatic. The only way to have automatic technique is practice, practice, practice. That's it. So, yeah, you can't think about those things. You can't think about everything while you're playing. It's impossible. Anybody who tells you it's possible, I don't believe it. But you can sometimes zone in on one particular element. So I can zone in with my mind on one particular thing that I'm doing. So for example, in that song, it has this slightly out of tune. Oops. May I have a little, sorry, hi. Can I have a little bit more monitor? Just a tiny bit more monitor. Thank you. Perfect, thank you. So, I have the bass line. So it has a bass line which is quite like metal, I think. It's quite heavy metal or progressive metal. Then I have the percussion part. Now, I never played this separately before. That's basically it. So, and there's more, but I can't remember on its own. So there's lots of percussion happening. Then I have this melody. Whoa. Okay. Okay. So there's a melody on the guitar as well, and then there's words as well. So there's a lot happening. But in terms of technique, there's one major difference with my left hand, and that's that I play upside down. You might have noticed it's up here, it's not down here. And that seems very strange to people. But actually, it's easier. I don't do it because it's more difficult. I do it because with this kind of music, it's easier. It honestly is easier. And the reason it's easier is because I'm playing these notes with one hand. I'm not, there's no plucking. So we call this fingerstyle guitar, but it's not fingerstyle like this. It's a completely different, new kind of fingerstyle guitar. And it's much easier to do this tapping technique this way up, because look how far away I come from the strings. Like this. I'm so far away from the strings, really, really far, because I need to have a big distance, and then I can make speed to here, and when I get to here, it's very, very fast. My hand is moving, my finger is moving very fast, and I can make a lot of volume, so it's very loud. So I have to have a big distance, which is the opposite of normal, traditional, correct technique, which is that you should be very close all the time. And also, if I play upside down, then I can do like... If I did this way up, I would have a problem. My hands collide in midair. Okay, so we don't want that. So there's lots of other things happening in this song. Let's look at the percussion. So I have many different percussion sounds happening. I have like this sound, which is the bass drum. I have a snare. I have lots of reverb. Turn it off. Kick, the snare. I have another snare here, and I have these sounds, the tom-tom sounds, but you can call the different sounds whatever you want to call them, maybe bongos or whatever. There's all these different sounds. And I use many different sounds within this song. And we'll talk to you about the percussion a little bit more. Maybe I'll show you some drumming. And the other thing which is crazy in this song, and there's more things too, but one other thing which you noticed is the retuning. So this is it's okay, relax. Just relax. It's so easy. Hey, Alexander, did you do anything today with your... No, you didn't do anything. Okay, I'm sure you will soon, and it's going to be crazy. But okay, so, yeah, these pegs. I'm going to change tuning because I want to show you how they come from banjo music, and I'm in, like... You can't play banjo in this tuning. It's impossible. So I use these pegs. They're from a banjo. So in order to get to obtain these pegs, you have to kill a banjo, which is it's okay. It's okay. You have to go to America and go into the forest with a gun, and you see the banjo going through the forest, and you shoot it, and it's doing, and it's dead. And yeah. So they come from a banjo, and it's a banjo technique. These pegs were invented in the 1950s by a man called Earl Scruggs, who was one of the great banjo players. And so you can imagine him playing. And his only problem was that maybe he was going to get, people would think he was a witch or some kind of magic man in the mountains in America. Donald Trump supporters would burn him because of his dangerous magical powers. Yeah, but it's actually really easy because what happens is they lock. So I play, this is G, approximately, and this is A. And right now, it doesn't move. Okay, so they lock. So it's magic. It's a trick. It's a trick. However, there is a problem which sometimes they don't lock because this is banjo technology. If you just imagine those two words, banjo technology. So they work maybe 90% of the time. Once in every gig, they don't work. So at that moment, I have to play with no locks. But then what you do is practice. So when I'm practicing at home, I don't lock it. I just leave it open. But the way that you do it is by muscle memory, it's called. So the amount that you move your wrist, that's the change in the note. You don't listen. You don't listen for the tuning change because you can't tune that quickly with your ears. It's the same if somebody's playing violin or double bass or an instrument with no frets. They don't play by tuning and listen to the note and go, okay, now it's in tune. They don't do that. They just know physically the location of every note. Maybe if they get it wrong, they can change it a little bit, but that's all. You can't, it's just physical. You don't listen. Okay, so banjo guys, they can just only play open strings. So the banjo players don't use these very much. They're not very common because you can't do very much. You can just do this. That's it. But because I like tapping, I can play different notes. Because I'm playing notes with my right hand. So I can play tapped notes or harmonics with my right hand and then tune with my left hand. So that's why I use it, so that I can sound a little bit like Jeff Beck or Steve Vai with their whammy bar, making beautiful bends. And so this is my whammy bar over here. Okay, let me talk to you now about the drums on the guitar thing. So it's a very, very old technique. playing drums on acoustic guitar goes back to the earliest forms of acoustic guitar. Just a moment. Just need some caffeine. I moved house 2 days ago. I have injuries from here and here from trying to lift a piano. Okay, so drumming on the guitar goes back to the dawn of acoustic guitar playing. So in Spain, in the flamenco style, it will be totally normal. You know what? I'm just going to tune again. It will be really normal for the guitarist, flamenco guitarist, or even before flamenco, the very early Spanish guitarists. They will be playing some chords. And playing some percussion. And that's a lot of the percussion in flamenco was done on the guitar. And in fact, the cajon, you might have seen that instrument. It's a drum and it's a box and you sit on it. And a cajon is basically an acoustic guitar with no strings. That's what it is. And then in the old, so that's in Europe here, but over in America, in the earliest styles of acoustic guitar in America, which was really the blues style in the 1920s, 1930s, in Mississippi and down in the South. Yeah, okay. That was a very white noise, I have to say. Good try. I'll be going there next week. Really? Don't do that noise. No. So those guys are playing a guitar, a piece of shit guitar quite often, and they would be in a room like this size that would be a farm building in the black juke joint. Okay, and their amplification system was a box or a table or a chair that they would stand on to make them higher. That's it. It was all acoustic, and it's one guy with his voice and his guitar, and they would hit the guitar to create rhythms. And the style of hitting the acoustic guitar became not very popular, really. But when I was 10 years old, I saw a blues guitarist from America, and he was still doing that style. So I'm going to show you that style, the old blues guitar drumming style. And people don't believe me that this is an old style because maybe they haven't seen it, but you can Google it. If you Google someone like Booker White, or there's others. So I'm going to do this because Alexander mentioned it to me. I haven't done it for years. Okay. Let me find some nice reverb for it. Okay. So, let's start with the drums. I'm going to show you some drums. So drum number one, let's have the kick drum. So there's many ways of creating a kick drum on the guitar. The one I'm going to do right now is this. So that's the low bass drum, and I'm just hitting the bridge, okay? You just slap it. None of this is difficult, right? Right, so we need a kick, and we always need a snare as well. And there's so many ways of creating the snare. The one that I'm going to use today for my snare drum is this. I'm flicking. I know what you're thinking, and yes, it does hurt. So when we have the kick, we can create the backbeat. But this backbeat, nobody plays this, right? Except, of course, for German disco music. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody dance now. So it's only in Germany. But I'm going to play one that's a bit more Mrs. Funky, you know. Okay. Now I'm going to take some other drums. So I'm going to have some tom-tom drums. And for the tom-toms, you just tap the guitar, and in different places you get high toms, little ones, medium toms, low toms. So I take my kick, my snare, and here's the toms. Okay, next we need a hi-hat. So the hi-hat drum is the little drum over here. It's the tick, 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 like this. Okay, so I'm going to add that. So I'm just slapping the strings really, really gently. Everything is really gentle. It sounds very loud, but you have to do it very, very softly or it sounds bad. Okay, so kick, snare, toms, and hi-hat. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Okay, thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Aber das ist nicht alles. So I'm also going to play like a bass thing, really, really simple though. So like, so I have drums, bass, okay. Now finally I have to add the guitar. So we will have all together. What is the word for that? Zusammen. Yeah? Zusammen, wir haben. Nummer 1, Kick. Nummer 2, Snare. Nummer 3, Toms. Nummer 4, Hi-Hat, I think. Nummer 5, Bass. Nummer 6, Gitarre. Und dann, Nummer 7, the vocal. La. Und dann, das ist alles. Okay, right. So number 1, kick. Number 2, snare. Number 3, toms. Number 4, hi-hat. Number 5, bass. Number 6, guitar. Fuck. I'm throwing punches in the dark. I'm throwing punches in the dark. Oh. You launch a heart attack. My defense is blown apart. You launch a heart attack, and my defense is blown apart. You found a secret I can't keep. You found my weakness underneath. I surrender, yeah. Oh, fuck. Okay. Right. Oh, I talked for longer than I realized. So we have like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So questions. Please ask me questions. Just, don't be scared. If you think your question is stupid, that's probably the best question, okay? So somebody, anybody, raise your hand. Who's going to be first? Yes, I'm going to take the guy at the front. This is the brave area. Yeah, hi.
How long did it take to ruin your guitar like this now?
Oh, she's not ruined. She's not ruined. So I've had this guitar. She's called Wilma, and she is a Loudon guitar, which are the best guitars in the world. And they don't pay me any money or anything. I'm serious. They are just the best. They sound magical. And if I didn't play these guitars, I don't know if I would even play steel string acoustic guitar, because they're different. Go try one. And I have a signature model now, which is based on this guitar, but with some modifications, which to make it better. And I've had this guitar for 20 years. The reason it looks so bad is because I scratch it. The actual drums, they don't make it look like this. This one maybe will make a mark, but this will not hurt your guitar unless you do it really hard. And the golden rule is to do this stuff really, really softly. But yeah, this guitar is fine. She's in good health. And it's even, like, I've been playing for 20 years, touring all over the world, and I have sometimes little problems with the neck, because the guitar's so old, and I change tunings all the time, and I fly in aeroplanes a lot. So with the neck, and I once had to have the whole of the fretboard replaced, the ebony, all taken off and put back again, because the frets were falling out, because I had so many refrets. But this area, I broke it twice in the early years when I did it too hard, and since then, no problems ever. So. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of and the man behind with the red shirt. Yeah, hi.
How many pickups or different microphones do you have in the guitar?
I have, a technical question. I have 3 pickups inside my guitar. I have 2 pickups. I have 2 pickups, but one of them is like a double element. So pickup number 1 is the Fishman Rare Earth mic blend. So what you get with that is a humbucker here, which gives me the sound from the strings, and it means that I can use some fun effects, like I can have like full overdrive, because it's just on this one magnetic pickup. It's really, really good. And inside there's this pickup also has a microphone, which is good for the drums. And then I also have a very old Fishman pickup called the BP 100, which is a double bass pickup, which is stuck here, right there. And that pickup gives me my kick drum, my low sounds. So there's 3 elements all mixed together, and they're all Fishman, and again, really, they make very, very good quality things. Okay, let me take another question. Anybody else? You're very shy, you guys. Yes, sir.
You've got let's say the double strap on that. Is that for balance purposes?
Yeah, it's absolutely for balance, yeah. So it's like a saxophone strap, the way it goes around the neck. But all it is a regular guitar strap, and then about halfway, you get another strap, attach it halfway down, and put it on the other side of your head, and then it just goes to the same place on the back here. And the reason for that is that if I'm playing things where the guitar is not supported, because electric guitar players, they're constantly talking about how they want a beautifully balanced electric guitar, and it sits perfectly. I don't know why they need that, why they can't just wear a strap or hold it. I don't know. But they're very precious people, electric guitarists, very delicate. They're very gentle, and they don't like difficulties. But acoustic guitar, it's not balanced. The guitar is not a balanced. This is light, this is heavy, especially when you put these big pegs here. So when I'm not supporting the guitar, if I'm doing like... doing this right kind of thing. My arms are like this and not holding anything. And when I used to play that, the guitar would go like this, okay? So that's why I did this double strap. But it's really great for the balance. It means you don't have to worry about it, and I can just stand here with my arms where I want. It's really, really great. Yeah, any more questions? Come on, you can do it. Anything. Yes, madam.
When you write a song, with what do you usually start with the vocals or with the finger style?
Okay, so that's I get asked that question a lot. So the question was, when I'm composing, do I start with like this, the words and the melodies, or do I start with the fingerstyle guitar? And I always start with, so the first thing I start with, and this is the most important thing I can tell you if you write music, is the first thing that I start with is a reason, a motivation. Why am I writing this music? Why? Okay? Because to me, that's really, really important. It's not for everybody, but for me, I need to know that this song means something to me. And I'm trying to express something that's really important, or even just really fun, or anything, but there needs to be a reason why I'm writing the song. So it has emotional value for me. The next thing I do is I'll start to think about things like maybe lyrics. If it's going to have lyrics, they often come first, and melodies. And I also start to think about the style of the song. Is it going to be like an intense song? Will it be fast? Will it be major or minor? Or am I going to think about, do I want to go to like Japan for this song, have it sound like Japanese music, or do I want to have heavy metal sounds or jazz sounds, or what kind of sounds do I want? And then I start to form the song in my head, and then I get, maybe the lyrics all finished if it's a vocal song, or the melody all finished, and maybe a bass line, maybe a tempo, maybe a groove, like some kind of rhythm that it's going to have. And then, when the song is as finished as I can make it in my head, the best I can do in my head, then I pick up the guitar. And the reason I do that, the reason I leave the guitar till the end, is because I like to go crazy with the guitar and do lots of things, because it's really fun for me. It's really, really fun for me to for me the guitar is like a video game that I can never finish. And it's just great for my brain. And so if I sit down with the guitar and start writing that way, then it just sounds like I'm just trying to do crazy techniques. But if I have the song first finished, then all of the techniques that I do with the guitar, even if they're really complicated, they have to fit around the music. They have to fit with the music. So I hope that even like that first song that I played today, which was really a very, very crazy guitar song, it still sounds like music. It doesn't sound just like, a technical exercise. And everything goes together, everything fits, because I had an idea first. So, does that answer your question? Thanks, and it's nice to get questions about music as well, in a guitar show. That's really cool, so thank you. Let me just, I don't know what time it is. Yes, sir, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
You can have one more.
Another technical question. You have, in the back of the guitar, you have a pack. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
This is for what reason?
I
You prefer to take it off.
This, I call it, I don't know if you can possibly translate these words in German, but this is my prosthetic beer belly. Some people understand, okay. I just like the guitar to sit a bit like this, that's all. So this is just, I made this. It's just tape and some foam and Velcro, and just goes like that. It's great. Other people are starting to do it now. People are watching me and going, oh, that's a great idea. Somebody should make it because it really, really feels good, Feels really in the correct place. Right, I'll take one more question and then we should probably stop. Come on, somebody has got a question in their head, but they're too scared to say it. Or maybe say it in German, if you want to ask in German, and somebody, yes sir, well done.
When you do a cover like Ain't Nobody,
Uh-huh.
and you practice, do you start with rhythm, with a groove, or?
When I do a cover, I don't really do many covers. I don't, and that's the only one I've ever done where I've tried to really copy the original. So with that, I just tried to copy the original thing. That's all. So I started at the start of the song, with the start. But I knew it would work. I knew it would work because it goes. What? I used to do studio work, session work. And I used to work with remixers, so dance remixers. And they would do remixes of songs for like house music, dance music versions. And if they did a rock song or an acoustic song that had a guitar riff, they could buy the original. So they could buy Slash playing Sweet Child of Mine, and they could buy the original tape, which cost thousands and thousands of dollars. Or they could pay me to go in to the studio and play it and record it for like €10. So anyway, I heard, so I did lots of remixes, and those same people, they did a remix of Ain't Nobody by Shaka Khan. It's got no guitar, so I wasn't involved with that, but they played the remix to me, and it was really cool, and I went and then listened to the original song, and then the reason I covered it is because it has a bass line and a melody, but they happen separately. So it goes bass, bass, melody, 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 bass, bass, melody, 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 bass. So I don't have to do them both at the same time, right? That's why I did it. It's really that simple. So let me see what my reverb is for that. So it has this bass line, which is just, and then the melody. So that's the bass with the melody, right? And then I just thought I added something to it because this is too empty. So I decided to... So I added backing vocals that aren't there in the original, okay? I added... Oh. So it's like the Shaka Khan and then two people singing low harmonies underneath. And I did that to make it sound more full. Maybe there was another way I could have done that. And then when I got to the chorus, it was like, okay, I don't like fingerpicking so much. I do, I love doing it, but I'm not very good at it. I like doing tapping, really. So there's the chorus. I don't know what I was thinking there, really, but I can't remember. It's too long ago. But yeah, so I didn't think about things separately there. And I didn't start with the groove or anything like that. Or maybe I did figure how to play this first. Even how I play this is weird. Because really, it's just two notes. But if I do this, it doesn't sound so good. If I do this, pluck, hammer, it's smoother. And it sounds more like the synth bass of the original. It sounds more authentic. Anyway, yeah, but that's like my only instrumental cover I ever did. And a lot of guys do a lot of that. Maybe I'll do more in the future, but really I like composing, so I kind of did that because everybody was doing that. And when I see somebody do it, and they do a cover, like my favorite people for doing that are Thomas Lieb and Andy McKee. And when they do those covers, and they like Thomas plays like No Woman No Cry, or he does Comfortably Numb, and it's like it's exactly right, and it's so evocative and emotional to hear one guy doing that on acoustic guitar, and it's so beautiful. Yeah, so I wanted to try that. So maybe I'll do it again one day. But whenever I sit down to compose, I want to compose, and I don't really want to do covers. But yeah, I'm sure I'll, I've got more years to live, and I'll come back to that. If I have another 10 years, I'll probably do it by then. Okay, right, guys. So thank you so much for coming and listening to my workshop. I have CDs for sale at the Loudon Guitars stand. If you want to buy one, they're really cheap. And
What about the Loudon guitars?
yeah, they're not so cheap. And yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for listening to me. I'm playing a concert tonight. I think it's Zafansi tonight in the hall. And enjoy the rest of your day and weekend. If you see me walking around and want to say hi, come say hi. I'm weird, but I'm not scary, okay? Right, thanks everybody. Thank you.